To the Michigan Wolverine Dynasty. Today we take on the 17th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes in Kinnick Stadium. The Hawkeyes are 3-0 in the Big Ten. 2-1. Iowa, Nebraska, and Penn State are the three undefeateds in the conference. Oregon's 4-1 in the conference. Illinois is 2-1. Us and Ohio State are 2-1 in the conference. So, let's get ready to play some football against the 17th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. So, time to rock and roll. I'll talk to you guys at halftime of today's football game. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
When you arrive in Kinnick Stadium, you know what's in store. Hard nose, toughness, defense, and you better bring your hat and be ready to strike somebody when you come into this black and gold cauldron to take on the Hawkeyes. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hawkeyes will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Wolverines offense takes the field for the first time today. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy that can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll keep it himself. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They go to the ground. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Floating away. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Hawkeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. The give from the gun. Fights off a defender. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll try it over the left side. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll go to the ground. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
The give to the tailback. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cleescorn. They make the stop, and that'll bring the 1st quarter to a close. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. matter how many times you see it, a moving moment here at Iowa between the first and second quarter when the entire crowd acknowledges the children across the way. Hope they enjoy the game as we continue in the second quarter.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll give it to the back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Now, I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Now the play fake. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Got it in the middle. It's Figueroa. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. He got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Third down coming up after that completion. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Hawkeyes send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Fakes his man out. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. From the gun, running back gets to give.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Open space at the 25. And a really nice Nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. That's caught. It's Figueroa. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here.
It's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to ULM. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Snags it over the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Clock's running and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. They keep attacking through the air. Still looking, on the move. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. He's looking to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Howard. The stop, the start, the juke, everything in the bag as he gets to the 29. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback adapted. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. It's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half.
Well, Michigan crawled back from down 10
We played 2
to
quarters
take a
here. Time to go to Kevin
14-13
Connors in our halftime
halftime
update.
lead.
Thanks, guys.
You
One
saw
of the best
how Iowa got their
atmospheres in
13th point.
football, and we've got a fun one from Iowa City. And it's been said,
No
football
turnovers
is a
for
game of
Iowa,
inches, and
but
yes,
one big turnover for Michigan. Gallipo 6 of 9, 53 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Speaking of ball, it is not that bad. Bronco 7 for 40, Marshall 5 for 20 and a touchdown. Makachiu, the 7-yard touchdown reception. So, we get ready to start the second half. Michigan will kick it off. Iowa will get the football to start the second half. Let's see how we do. Michigan, Iowa, second half starts now.
based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Comes out throwing on first down. Coming after it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Hits the spin cycle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And the Hawkeyes are on the move. Here's the handoff. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw. It's Hawkins. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to scramble. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
They'll line up for a second down play. He leaves it with his back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They're setting up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the run, now to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to him on third and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it.
Yeah, and just break that extra tackle. You know, make that extra play. Make the guy miss. Put a drive together so you can finish with some points.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Howard. Dances away again. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously...
And they get the sack just like that.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Third and long, and the defense dialed up. Heat, and more heat.
And I love that. I love being aggressive on third and long. I want the ball out of the quarterback's hands. I want to find a way to play man coverage on the outside. I want to make it very uncomfortable for you. I don't want to give you time, and the defense did just that.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5. A third and short coming from their own 20-yard line. It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. Oh, trickeration, he wants to throw. He'll let one go down the right side. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. Well, they got the throw off, but not much else good happened for them after that one, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll leave it with him. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Makes the grab. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. To throw, it's Hawkins. He's got it. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Hawkeye! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the 2-point try.
That keeps the score. Iowa 19, Michigan 14.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And the Wolverines are stopped, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Trailing by a possession they need to... Going deep. And it's caught inside the 25. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Fires into the end zone. Grab near the sticks. It's Figueroa. Touchdown, Michigan. They move on top here in the 4th. Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. Looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Incomplete on the two-point try. They tried to push this lead out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a one-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. To the air, it's Hawkins. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, and he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking to move it through the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Here comes the offense on first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Oh, it's a reverse. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. They're trying to get to it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Running toward the tape. The 30. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Iowa!
And this is obviously a no-brainer. Great job by the offense, great execution. Inside of 2 minutes, you've got to go for 2. You got to dial up this play, try to tie this football game up. What's your favorite 2-point play? Dial it up, and let's tie this game up.
He's got it. The 2-point try is good, and we are tied here in the fourth. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Looking for a huge play. Makes the catch on the left. Oh, look out. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Howard. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field.
Late in the game with the lead, the defense obviously knows here the offense is going to have to try and throw it. Nice job.
And the ball is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen. And
Michigan will escape Iowa City with a win, 34-27, in an instant classic again.
Today, that's 2 in a row. If they
win this time in an instant classic instead of getting their butts kicked.
And we're seeing the identity of this team.
Yeah, somehow we still made that
fruition. Just get the sense they're
anyway,
finding out who
stats
they
for
are,
you. Michigan,
what they're going to do schematically.
Kevin Gallipo, 9 of 16, 199, 3 touchdowns and a pick, including an 84-yard touchdown pass. Camp Moyer, 0 for 1 on the fake punt attempt. Gave Bronco 12 for 53, Marshall 11 for 43, Davis 2 for 35, and the second rushing touchdown. Receiving, David Figueroa had a touchdown, Frederick Davis had the long 83-yard touchdown, and Makachiu had the 7-yard touchdown. And defensively, the one pick we got was Josiah Edmond, and he returned it 22 yards. Savage didn't have to attempt a field goal. We did attempt 4 in extra points and made 4 extra points. We were 0 for 1 on 2-point conversions. Joshua Hawkins went 19 for 30, 221, 2 touchdowns and a pick. So, Michigan defeats Iowa 34-27. And with the upset of Virginia Tech over Clemson, I wonder if that would shoot us up in the rankings. Probably should. Iowa was a pretty dang good football team. And we came back from that early mistake. Rob Coleman and Addison Fiery. Yep, we are back to number 3 in the country. Georgia, Auburn, Michigan, Tulane, and California are your top 5. And we're still behind Oregon in the conference standings. Nebraska and Penn State are also defeated in the conference. Ohio State still isn't in the top 25. They probably will be by the time we play them, just because they want that game to be a top 25 matchup. UCLA next week. Saturday, October 30th. Penn State. We will play Penn State after UCLA, then Michigan State, Illinois, then Ohio State. Your number 3 Michigan Wolverines will play against a 1-6 UCLA team next week. Some recruiting that we have to do here. Rick Tobias. And that will do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Once again, final score, Michigan 34, Iowa 27. We'll see you when we play UCLA next week. Thanks for watching.